The New South Wales Department of Education is always looking for ways to reshape and redesign the way we learn, particularly in the digital age. And my portfolio is all about trying to make sure that we can leverage the technology in the educational space by ensuring that teachers and students are most effective in their use of technology. Now, a number of key programs that we've driven over the last number of years include things like the STEM.T4L program, where we provide a large volume of kits for schools to use on a short period of time, which is also supported by some real practical teaching and learning curriculum linked teaching and learning resources. We've also had an amazing program called the Rural Access Gap, which has delivered massive difference to close that digital divide for our rural and remote students, particularly with regards to uplifting and improving the digital capabilities of our staff in teaching in those schools. And we've seen a huge change in the way in which schools have not only embraced technology, but how they've used it in a particularly successful way to drive better student outcomes. A big key product that we talk about with any of our programs to equip our students with the skills for future is all about digital maturity. Everyone's surrounded by technology these days. Whether or not they use it in a mature and effective way is a big difference. Take the mobile phone ban, for example. The reason why it's going into play is because I guess we need to restrict that technology to stop it impacting negatively on schools. But it's not the end of the story. The end of the story should be, how are we empowering students to use technology in a most effective way to decide when, where, how, what, and why they would use technology to drive their own outcomes. So some key programs for us is all about making sure that the technology we can put in place is relevant. It's not just driven by innovation, but it embraces innovation. And it ensures that our students are not only geared up with the skills they need for today, but they're really prepared to think, use, and create as the skills and leaders of our future. Events like the Education Innovation Showcase is a great opportunity for like-minded educational leaders, as well as industry experts, as well as passionate teachers to come together, to talk, to discuss, to create connections whereby they might be able to leverage those ideas, that thought, that passion across something as broad as the New South Wales public education footprint. 2,200 plus schools across a landscape that has 2 different time zones, second largest educational jurisdiction in the world. It's a pretty big footprint to cover. And we often find that we have pockets of innovation. So events like these enables those pockets to come to the surface, build those relationships so that we can actually leverage those pockets and hopefully, a bit like a meshed network, be able to really bounce those ideas right across the state to uplift everyone rather than just uplift those small little tiny pockets. As a lifetime educator, I've nearly been in the game for over 30 years. I'm always passionate about changing kids' lives. My career started out in southwest Sydney with some very low socioeconomic areas, and I've seen the transformative effect of education in the lives of those students. And I think technology is just that next tool to be able to prepare those students and really give them the opportunity to branch out and explore and really embrace what life has to offer. And I think as educationalists, our passion should always be about improving what our future might look like, because the children we teach today are the leaders we follow tomorrow. What I've enjoyed most about today's event, I won't say my own panel, it's a little awkward sitting up the front, but I think basically, again, hearing and understanding and seeing the shared view that we have. I think some of the key points that were brought up in that panel was around the fact that people are now seeing technology as more than just a thing. They're seeing it as a very valuable tool that should be utilised effectively, that we need to prioritise the use of that tool. We need to invest wisely, and we need to build that digital maturity across our New South Wales landscape so that our leaders understand how to best invest and prioritise technology, how our students understand how to leverage and self-moderate the use of technology, and then how we as teachers can help each other leverage that technology across our landscape to uplift our education system as a whole.